Hello Pisces, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. Supportive Oracle cards will be You Are Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace, illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Okay. Pisces. Okay. Seems like we're starting out quite simple. It's definitely a specific moment here going on. Definitely a specific moment. Okay, so it's like you're heading towards, for the people this is going to hit with, I feel like it's either going to be like this has just happened and what to do about it, or this is what's coming, get ready for it. It's not, I don't think it's bad. I just feel like it's a lot. When I'm getting the two of these cards starting this off with the Two of Swords and the automatic writing, I don't just go with the words automatic writing. What I feel is like you know something is coming. And you've known for a while, but you just didn't know when it was going to happen. It's kind of like, I know something's going to change here. I know at some point we're going to have something go differently. Not exactly sure how, but I know it will happen, and I don't know when. I really don't know when, and I feel like it's one of those things where I don't know if I can really push it forward, but I don't really think I want to push it forward. It has to happen on its own time. It kind of has to happen in its own time. It's kind of like, like having kids. It's kind of like you're not just going to be like, okay, we have kids now. It's kind of like it's going to happen organically in its own time. It's kind of where I'm going with it. Something like the analogy, anyway. And I'm getting, while you're waiting, you seem to be at peace and waiting fairly comfortable. I don't see it being really painful. It's kind of like wherever you are at the time, you're like, that's another reason why you're not pushing. Kind of like you're okay where you are. Things are fine. I know changes are coming. I don't really know if... It's partly like... You don't know if you really want the change to happen, but you don't really know if you don't want it to happen. It's a weird place. You know it will happen. This is seeming so strange to me. Again, it feels like, for maybe some of you, it is a child coming into your life, because it's kind of like, it kind of feels like that. Like life is going to change. When life changes, it's like you're going to move forward to a next era, and it's like no going back. And it's kind of being excited about it and nervous about it at the same time. I don't want to rush it, but I do want it to happen. It does. It feels a lot like that. And I know it's not going to hit that way for everybody, but it's going to be something like that. For some of you, this could be a relationship thing. But I'm getting, if it is a relationship thing, you're kind of seeing somebody at this point, but it's kind of more, maybe you're committed, but it's kind of like they live there, you live here. You don't see each other all the time, but there's kind of a commitment level where you're both kind of like on the same page about how you connect. So it seems like you're starting off very peaceful. It doesn't seem bad at all. Now, this is very interesting. So the nature journey, again, I'm the one who reads cards based on the images I'm getting off of them and the feelings coming off of them. This, like when I'm looking at her, it's almost like looking at a person behind glass, like one of those big giant SeaWorld aquariums or something. Like you're watching somebody go, doing their their little snorkeling thing with the pictures and all that other stuff. It's kind of like I'm seeing it. I know it's coming. I'm gonna be this person. It's like I'm not this person on the card yet. It's like they're behind glass, but I'm gonna do that, and I know I'm getting ready to do that. Like you're hitting that next moment. You've got the Seven of Pentacles, but the it's not the World. What is it? The Wheel. I'm noticing the World doesn't show up yet, or does it? Sorta. We'll see. There's a card here that might really kind of reflect the World energy in a minute. The Seven of Pentacles kind of eclipsing the Wheel of Fortune is like, it's getting closer, and you're starting to see signs really come up. Like, it's almost like, for a female, I'd be like, this is like, well, I haven't had certain things happen in a couple months here, and like, ooh, something's up. Or, if you're the other person, you're like, hey, we seem to not be doing the same things, and my partner doesn't want to drink anymore. What's up with that? If we're going to make it very binary. If we're going to go another way with it, I would just say, like, it's almost like, resources are coming in and you're just like, things are lining up. People are telling me things. It's like information for hiking is coming in. I'm finding deals on boots. Extra money is coming in, extra time, and the time is lining up for when I want to go. Like, it's just like you're seeing it come in and you're like, it's coming. And you're like, you're feeling it's coming. It might be a very strong nervous energy, kind of like, I know it's coming. I know it's definitely coming. Now, somebody else starts it off is what I'm getting. Whatever this change is. Is that the 8? That's the 6. It's weird because I kind of have this 8 feeling with it. But I do feel like somebody else is starting it off. Maybe that's the giving section. Like somebody else is already involved in moving it forward is what I'm getting. And the 6 of Pentacles is kind of like somebody's giving you a head start. But this is also something when you connect into it, you'll be matching the energy. So like you may be given something in the beginning, but you'll be returning the favor anyway without even question is what I'm getting. Somebody else starts it off. I do feel like the 6 of Pentacles is like the gift is like, or the giving part is like they're starting you off. Somebody else is starting this off. And when it starts off, I feel like even you're still not completely realizing what started. It's starting off and you're not really connecting to like exactly what's going on here with the Moon card. It's funny, when I think of the moon, I think astrologically Cancer is represented by the moon, so I think of Cancer a lot, but I think it's technically the Pisces card, so it's water sign, but it's showing up in the environment though, and it does make me feel like, it's a very strong family feel to it. It does. But I feel like there's good things coming forward, and at first you're not seeing the mystery. But then the oneness comes in. This is the card I'm talking about. Feels like the world, like the new phase is starting to come in. It's like you go from night to day. Somebody else is starting this off. They're giving you hints. They're pushing it forward. They're saying, here, this is going on. You're like, okay, that's cool. I just don't feel like it's sinking in right off the bat exactly what's starting. The moon is saying that. Like, you're not really seeing it. And it's not really clear in the environment until day breaks. And that's what I'm feeling with oneness. I'm getting kind of that world feel with here. All that stuff going on here. Like, you're coming together and realizing, oh, this is actually happening. There's a very strong conversation between you and whoever you're dealing with. Whatever's changing, I'm getting, like, all secrets are let free. Like, everything is right on the table. Here's what's going on. Here's what I started. Here's what I was meaning when I showed you that. Here's why I gave that to you. Right out there, right in the open. This is what's going on. This is the beginning of the change that you've been feeling was going to happen. The 3 of Wands with the self-acceptance. Now, I feel like it may take you a minute to really get comfortable with it. I'm kind of feeling like an autopilot moment, kind of like, okay, that's happening. And you're just kind of doing what's expected as expected. I feel like first you're just kind of like, okay, this is happening. All right. You're trying to stay connected, but I feel like it's not really hitting you exactly what's going on yet. The 3 of Wands is a double card for you. You're moving forward, you're setting off on that journey, but at the same time, I do feel like a slight avoidance. Not purposefully, but it's kind of like it's slowly kind of working its way in as you can kind of deal with it. Kind of Pisces, I'm a Pisces. We kind of do that sometimes where we just kind of like, analytically, we get it. We get it. We know what's going on. But emotionally, it takes a minute to really kind of sink in and feel it through. Like, oh, wait a minute. Like, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, wait a minute. That's changing. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Judgment is in everybody's favor. I don't feel anybody getting negative. Like, nothing's going against anybody. How's that? Because I almost feel like some of you might be like, well, I don't know. Maybe more to their benefit. But hey, I don't feel like anything's being judged against you, but judgment seems to be in the environment. Like, judgment is positive. There's a good thing coming forward. I also feel like the situation is going in a much better way. After you know what's going on and after you've been told, the health card comes in, and I'm getting like a positive, like, things are going much better. There's no more secrets. I almost feel like the other person was not telling you it until that moment. Like, they weren't bringing it forward just flat out because they were thinking maybe I could change my mind or maybe I could just stop this. They weren't sure if they really wanted to go full board on it. But once they've told you, I feel like they're going right forward with it. Like nothing is stopping. The change is happening. Now, and I'm saying this as a Pisces totally. I'm seeing the Ten of Wands here. I'm getting the Ten of Wands is not physical, it's emotional. In the sense of like, the farther you go, it's like the past is being let go. And it's kind of like you're realizing what's going with that. What type of things are being left behind. If we're going to use the child analogy again, it's kind of like, those days of just picking up and disappearing when you want to, or just, sleeping into whenever you feel like it, and just like, all those certain types of things you were able to do before, now that you have somebody else there, and there's something else, a new responsibility, it's a thing of the past. Things are starting to change. The stress, I feel like, but the thing is with the Ten of Wands, that's stress leading to success. It's stressful to accept and go through these changes. It's just kind of looking at the past and where it's going. I'm also getting like talking about this and feeling out how other people feel, because other people are going to be like, yeah, I'm seeing this difference. I'm seeing this change. Talking it out with other people will make it a lot easier, and also could give you more ideas of better ways to handle it. Because I've been told by other people, like, even though, if we're going to use the kid analogy again, they have kids, they can still work it out to, like, every now and then they could have a day to where they don't have to worry about things based on how they work things out, or somebody watches the children, or, people they trust have the children, and they can just take a moment to just have a whole day where they can just do what they need to do. Asking for help it's basically saying you can make the situation, you can relieve the stress by talking to other people and absorbing other people's ideas. This doesn't have to be really heavy. I do feel like it could be heavy if you let it compound you and weigh you down too tightly. If you hold it all by yourself, you can share this load. That's the thing with the Ten of Wands. It looks like this one person, the reason it's so hard and so heavy is because they're taking that load all by themselves. If you share that load, this doesn't have to be that bad. It also is still leading to success by sharing that load. Anything else with this? All right, I think this is good. I like how this is going as a Pisces myself, of course. It's basically saying the change you've been thinking was going to come is about to happen. For some of you, I feel like it might have just happened, and they're just saying share the load. Share that load. Talk with it. Talk with people you feel like are correct. People who you feel like will make it easier on you. But talk it out. Even if you go online and make a random friend and just start talking about things, then do that. Whatever works, like within respect, of course. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.